here at Madison Square Garden for the fights where the unthinkable just happened. What am I talking about? This is the heavyweights. We have Anthony Joshua coming from the United Kingdom, known as probably the best heavyweight in the world, going up against Andy Ruiz. Now, Andy Ruiz is a Mexican, and he stepped in sort of at the last moment because big baby Jarrell Miller from Brooklyn failed his drug test. That was the original fight, Big Baby from Brooklyn against Anthony Joshua from the UK. So now the drug test was failed, and Andy Ruiz steps in probably 5 weeks or so before the big fight. Anyways, what happened in the ring? Well, believe it or not, Andy Ruiz becomes the first Mexican heavyweight to take a title. This was a shocker. It was unexpected. He defeats Anthony Joshua here at Madison Square Garden. And now, let's go to post. We're here at the heavyweight fights here at Madison Square Garden. Xavier from BrooklynFights.com.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a big upset. We have AJ, known as the best in the world, was upset by Andy Ruiz, who's just sort of stepped in at the last minute because of a failed drug test with big baby Jarrell Miller.
Yes.
So tell me what happened. Tell our audience what happened. Your thoughts on this fight.
Well, basically, it was a great fight top to bottom. Andy Ruiz, he kept his composure after being knocked down by one of Anthony Joshua's patented left hooks. He knocked him down, I believe, in the third round, and he was able to, compose himself, stay focused, and then score 2 knockdowns himself over Anthony Joshua in the third round. And then as the fight progressed, he just continued to keep the pressure on him, and he made sure to go to the body. And when you're fighting a big, heavy guy like Anthony Joshua, 6 foot, way close to 300 pounds, the best thing to do is go to the body, because what you're doing is you're not only bringing down his physical, but you're bringing down the conditioning. And once he's seen that Andy Ruiz was able to kind of come back after receiving one of his best punches, what took place was you broke him down mentally as well. So you break him down physically, you break him down mentally. And in boxing, 90% of boxing is mental, 10% is physical. He already put the 10% in by going to the body and coming back and knocking him down 2 times. The mental aspect of the game is when he knocked him down in the 6th round 2 more times. So that's basically how he won the fight, in my opinion.
And this was just not the way the story was supposed to be.
Not at all. I
don't think anybody,
myself included, and a lot of others predicted, had Anthony Joshua going into the fight winning by at least maybe the 6th or 7th round stoppage. And, Andy Ruiz came out, he's shown that big guys such as myself can move around, can box, have great hand speed, and also they know how to use the ring, and they know how to think while they're fighting in the ring. So hats off to Andy Ruiz, first Mexican heavyweight unified world champion. He put on a phenomenal performance. Respect to Anthony Joshua. I expect to see him back soon, but Anthony Ruiz stole the show tonight and then some.
And what were those odds? Like 15-1?
Or, I can't even. 50-1, maybe 100-1. It was so many odds out there, and everyone was betting against Andy Ruiz. I didn't meet anybody leading up to the fight that said that Andy Ruiz would win. I met maybe 1 or 2 people that said he had a chance, he had a good opportunity, but I didn't meet anyone that said, he would win by stoppage or he would win by 12-round decision. No one that I met, spoke to before the fight took place, had Andy Ruiz winning. So,
well, even his physique. Appearances
can be deceiving.
Yeah, AJ has that great appearance.
No, he ain't that great.
I'll tell you, this was the upset. And I was a little upset though with Deontay Wilder, because now I was hoping that. How I thought it was going to end was that AJ was going to win, Anthony Joshua was going to win, and then I was hoping he'd call out Deontay Wilder, because that was a fight I wanted to see, and then Deontay with Ortiz and before the fight. But here it never panned out anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
It's sort of strange, isn't it? So who do you feel the best heavyweight in the world is? Or now it's all up in the air?
Well, I would still say Deontay Wilder is the best heavyweight in the world, given not only his record, but his stunning, phenomenal knockout performance and understanding that he can knock out his opponent at will. He's focused on coming in there and just scoring one-punch knockouts. And I
Over
think,
Wilder? You would take him over Wilder at this point after this?
yeah, Wilder. That's what I'm
Oh,
thinking.
you said,
Yeah,
okay,
Wilder, yeah.
I thought you said AJ. I'm
Oh
sorry.
no.
Oh, okay.
I'd still rank AJ as one of the best heavyweights in the world, given the fact that he was a unified champion and he held the belts for quite some time. I mean, he just took a tough loss tonight to a better opponent, and hopefully, if in the rematch, we'll even get a even better fight. We don't know. Maybe. Eddie Hearn was talking about the pressure of this fight alone in itself and making your United States presence might have weighed on Anthony Joshua a lot. We don't know. However, it was a still phenomenal fight. Anthony Joshua showed fortitude because he got up 4 times. Regardless if he can continue to fight, he still got up off the canvas 4 times. He made some form of an effort. He didn't quit.
But he did not come into the press conference. They said that they were checking maybe for a CAT scan, which there were a couple. There was a fight before that. Kelly, I thought should have looked about having a CAT scan. Boy, he got hit a lot.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Talking about Katie Taylor and
Person.
well, I have mixed feelings on that. So
I felt like I don't think Kelly Taylor won the fight. I feel like
I didn't think she did either.
Think she won the fight.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be honest, and I don't care who's watching and who's gonna listen to this. Kelly Taylor did not win that fight.
That's how I felt also.
Okay.
She did not. It leads to draw, but I did not see it that way.
I didn't think she won a draw either. I felt like the fight was 6-4. Like they scored at 96-94 for Katie Taylor. I thought they were looking at the wrong person, and the fight was 96-94 for Person, but they gave it to Taylor anyway.
Yeah, I know. I was so disheartened, and in some ways that was sort of maybe Katie Taylor's younger and has a longer career, but it just sort of broke my heart because I really did not feel that she deserved that victory, and she wasn't here tonight either. So maybe they.
We'll see what happens going forward. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And
we'll see you at the fight.
Keep watching Kristal Hart, okay?
And how do they get in touch with you or find you? Because this is one of boxing greats.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram at Brooklyn Fights 1, Xavier Porter 227, Shoot the 51, and you can also follow me on Twitter, Xavier Porter 227, and you can look for me on YouTube at Shoot the 5 with Xavier Porter.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. What can I say? I think that goes down as one of the big heavyweight shocks of all time, an incredible night of drama from top to bottom. And tonight deserves to Andy Ruiz, a new heavyweight world champion. I thought it was an incredible fight. 3rd round, I've got to say, I thought you were done. And you came back, and that was one of the best one of the best rounds I've ever seen. Definitely in heavyweight boxing. We respect you. It's been a pleasure dealing with you. You stepped up. You were one of the few that wanted this fight. You called this fight out. Manny, I'm very pleased with you as well.
Thank you, sir.
Tom, Sam, well done. This is a great night for you. Over to you, Andy.
You know what? I just want to thank God, man. This wouldn't have been possible. And all this hard work, especially my team, my coach. We've been working really hard, man, really hard. And I wanted to prove everybody wrong, all the doubters thinking that I was going to lose in the 3rd round, 1st round. I was looking at comments as well. But what do you know, man? I'm the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. It's a blessing, man. This wouldn't have happened, man, but thanks to Eddie Hearns, my team, Al Heyman, everybody, my dad. I'm still pinching myself to see if this is real, man. Wow. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Guys, go to the floor. Yes.
Andy, first of all, congratulations. You absolutely shook up the boxing world. I got a chance to speak to your mom a few minutes ago. They told me they didn't get a chance to speak to you. What do you want to say right now that you're in the same room with your family, to your family?
Mom, I love you. I love you, and our lives is going to change. We don't have to struggle no more. Thanks to God, everything happened for a reason, baby.
Listen, from our side, we're absolutely devastated, but it is boxing. And, from the Katie Taylor fight, the Callum Smith performance, even Coyle Algieri was on at 5:30. But actually, I thought Josh Kelly against Ray Robinson was fantastic. But we wanted to put on a night at the Garden that you will never forget. And there is absolutely no doubt you will never forget that. And, you know, speaking on behalf of AJ, I think he's still seeing the doctor. He's fine. He will be absolutely devastated. You know, he's a man of huge respect, and he's genuinely over the moon for Andy Ruiz. I think you could see that in the ring, you know. He's been there, he knew what it was like to win these, and I promise you he'll be back stronger. He'll be absolutely devastated when this kicks in. So it's bittersweet for us. It was just an incredible night of boxing at the Garden. I'm sure everyone will remember it forever, but unfortunately the result didn't go the way we wanted.
Andy, hold on.
Guys. I'll go to everyone, okay? Yes. Yes, there is. Yeah. Listen, I think Andy will fancy the rematch. You know, it's not a fight that he's just stopped Anthony Joshua, so it's not a situation where he's going, oh, I don't believe I can win the rematch. And you know, if he wins that rematch, it really puts himself in position as, in my opinion, the golden goose of the division. So he's in a great position now. Anthony, of course, has got to accept that rematch. Knowing him, I'm almost certain that he will want to do that. He gave Andy the opportunity, and, you know, as part of the agreement. And like I said, I believe Manny and Andy will believe they can do it again. So, you know, it's going to be a thrilling fight.
RockMobFightHack.com. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
First to hit the canvas. What was going through your mind when you got clipped, and what was going through your mind when you got up and you clipped him?
Man, that's crazy that happened, right? Man, that was my first time in the canvas. And when I was in the canvas, I was like, whoa, what the hell just happened? But I had to get him back, you know? I had to get him back. I think that's when the Mexican blood in me and the Mexican warrior that I have, I had to return the favor.
Andy, te hago una pregunta en español. ¿Qué se siente ser el primer campeón mundial mexicano en la historia del boxeo?
Ahorita ni le creo, no creo que gané. Pero gané, man, gané. Pero me siento bien orgulloso, ando bien feliz.
¿Qué le quieres decir a todo México ahorita que te apoyó y que te está mirando ahorita?
Pues que hice historia, todo es posible. Todo el entrenamiento que hice y gané. Y ahora soy el primer mexicano campeón del mundo. Sí se puede, baby.
Sí se puede.
Mike?
Question to both you and Tom. What was your thoughts on Reverend Mike Griffin's job? Because it was bizarre to a lot of us that he was giving Anthony Joshua seemingly all this extra time. And yeah, I don't know.
You know, that's the referee's job, you know. The referee knows what he's doing. If he would have just let it go, I think I would have stopped the fight in more dramatic fashion. But you know what? He did what he had to do, and you know, good job for him.
Sorry, Tom.
Andy.
Tom, can you answer the
Hold
question?
on.
Yeah, I thought the ref did a great job. I was hoping he would have stopped it at the end of the round when they were both down, but the ref did a great job. He was in the ring, he saw him, he did his job, and he did a tremendous job.
Gareth?
Andy, congratulations.
Thank you.
You showed the presence of mind to drop him twice in the third round. You were very patient then in the fourth, fifth, and sixth round, and you seemed to lose interest in the fight by the end of the sixth round. You seemed very focused. Were you conscious that you were waiting for him to open up because you knew you'd be able to counter him?
Yes, I was waiting for him to open up. I wanted to break him down a little bit more, work the body. You know, he hits really hard, man. He hits pretty hard, and I just needed to be smart. I needed to be smart in there. I thought he opened up too much where I could counter him, but the speed I think got to him, and you know, we got this victory in a fashion way.
Do you think you showed your IQ, your boxing IQ, the best you've ever shown in the ring?
I think we showed it pretty good. It could get better, but as soon as we start training harder and getting more in shape and looking like AJ, I'm going to be even a better fighter.
Andy, congratulations.
Ellie?
First of all, can you talk about how classy Anthony Joshua was? First loss, he's a champion. And the second thing, since Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas, whoever seems to turn up, say, what are your thoughts on that?
You know what? AJ's a fashion guy, you know. I give my highest to him, and he's a respectful guy, and so was I, you know. And I was just telling him, thank you, man, and thank you. And And he was telling me, man, you did an amazing job. You did good. And, I still can't believe it, man. I still can't believe it.
Yes, hold on. When you want to.
Andy, congratulations.
Thank you.
This goes down with Louis Brockman 20-1, Sanders Go 20-1, Randall Chavez 15-1. When you sat down, you said you saw the comments. Did you know how big of a long shot you were coming into tonight? And was that any extra fuel or motivation for you for your performance?
You know what? Everyone's been doubting me since the beginning, especially from this fight. Nobody wanted to know that I was going to win. Nobody did. And everybody that betted on me is going to make some serious money. But you know what? I thank God to this moment, dude, and I'm here now, the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world.
Yes. Dave.
With the rematch possibly being in the UK, does that concern you at all if you have to do the
No, it doesn't. You know what? I just got to talk to my team and to see what they say. But as long as we get back in the gym, work even harder, and we're actually more motivated now that we're the champions now. So I'm willing to do this anytime.
Dan, yes?
I know when Gerald Miller dropped out of this fight, you were getting frustrated saying how much you wanted to fight with Joshua. My question for you is, was it because you just wanted the opportunity for the title shot? Or, the money that goes along with it? Or did you really think at that moment, I have what it takes to beat this guy?
You know what? Before this fight was even happened, in a lot of interviews I kept calling out, I would rather fight AJ than any other heavyweight out there that has belts. So I knew that I could beat him. I knew my abilities, that was gonna give him trouble, the speed. I knew that he opened up too much, and what do you know?
When you watched the videos of him, was there something that you saw that made you think that you had the right things to be able to take him apart?
Of course, the speed, the movement. I feel I could have moved the head a little bit more and being more aggressive, but I just wanted to take my time each round and let my hands go when he let his hands go. So I think that's when I connected really well.
Lance.
Andy, it seems startling how badly he deteriorated after the first knockdown. What did you feel like you exposed of Anthony Joshua tonight?
The body shots.
The body shots. But he's a warrior. He got up every single time that I put him down. I got up when he put me down. I think we're both warriors in there, and I respect him and every boxer that gets in the ring, risking their lives, to make history as well, and to take care of their family. I respect every fighter.
What y'all don't understand is that Andy Ruiz, you guys are underestimated him. That's all.
Everybody in this room underestimated me.
He's a great fighter. I'm going to tell everybody. He's a great fighter that got up from the canvas, tried doing something, but Andy Ruiz was very talented, and it was unexpected. It wasn't expected from him.
Mike again, yeah.
Is there any part of you that wonders, what would happen if it was Jarrell Miller in the ring instead?
I said in the build-up, this is a tougher fight than Jarrell Miller. They're not dissimilar in stature, but Andy's faster. He's got a better movement. I think he has a better boxing IQ, and we knew that. It was no problem. The Miller fight, I think, was a much easier fight than Ruiz. But sometimes the gods work and put things together. What happened with Jarrell gave Andy the opportunity, but we felt that Anthony's the best heavyweight in the world, and we believed that he would win tonight, and we thought he would in the third round. But Andy was exceptional.
And Manny, for you, you've seen some fighters leave you over the last couple of years. Now you have the heavyweight champion, the biggest one of your career. What does this mean for you?
Just not giving up. It's just grinding and continuing to do what you love. When you love what you do, you never got to work a day in your life, as they say. So just not giving up.
Yes.
Andy, you briefly mentioned that your family won't have to struggle anymore. Can you just give us a bit of insight into how you think this will change your life?
Well, I'm the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, and we just made history, baby. And you know what? This is not going to be the only victory that I get. I'm not going to let these belts go.
Andy, and sorry, right here.
Okay.
I was just wondering, because you obviously, for your first title shot, you were with Abel Sanchez. You went off to New Zealand to fight Joseph Parker. The run next to you has had previous experience being on the opposite corner to Anthony Joshua. I want to know how he's impacted your career and what kind of new life he's breathed into your career.
You know, Manny Robles, he's been on me since day one, man. Calling me like, hey, where are you at? You need to come to the gym. But you know what? All that paid off. And he told me that I was going to thank him this time. And thank you, man.
And one for
My
Eddie.
dad as well.
Yeah.
Eddie,
Yes.
do you wish that you responded to Manuel Charles' text right now?
No, because we wanted to give a proper fight. You know, with all due respect to Manuel Charles, Trevor Bryan, they're not worthy challengers. We wanted a proper test for AJ. If you come to Madison Square Garden, you've got to give the public a real fight. I knew, and we knew, that Andy Ruiz would give Anthony Joshua a real fight. Unfortunately, he gave him more of a fight than we hoped he would. But he deserves it, and you know, tonight belongs to him. Yeah.
Aaron Seaman with Fight Hype. Aside from the business stuff, right, and what this means, you know, for matchroom boxing, like, I would imagine over the years you've developed a actual friendship with AJ. Take us through the emotion when it happened, the emotion you feel.
I don't think it's really sank into anybody at the moment. I mean, you know that 22 fights in, he's still learning the sport of boxing. But he's been in with Dillian White, Vladimir Klitschko, Takan Parker, Povetkin, you know, Brazil. So he's always been learning on the job. Unfortunately, when you have to learn on the job, sometimes on the biggest of arenas, something can go wrong. And it's brutal when it goes wrong. You know, there's no hiding place when you're in there and he's chasing you around the ring, raining shots down on you, and he's getting up and he can't feel his legs, and you know, he's still with the doctor now, he's fine, but you know, he didn't want to quit. He's a fighter. And you know, for us, yeah, we signed him from his debut. We're very close friends, but we also understand sport, we understand boxing, and when you get beat by the better man, there's no excuses. You know, people have already said to me, oh, you know, the sty on his eye, was it a bad camp? I can't even tell you. I'd love to stand here now and say it was a terrible camp and he had these injuries, but it's not true, you know, and he won fair and square, Andy Ruiz, and we're all devastated as a team, but I know Anthony Joshua's work ethic. I know that this will burn him so bad inside because he's the ultimate competitor. You see him smiling in the ring because he's genuinely happy for Andy Ruiz. But tomorrow, the day after, in the coming weeks, this is going to eat him up bad. And, you know, great fighters come back and improve. Some fighters never come back the same. The future will show how Anthony Joshua responds. The first round, I think I gave to Joshua. I think I did like all square after two. I thought Joshua won the. I thought the fourth and fifth round, nothing really happened. I think Joshua probably nicked one of those rounds, and then the sixth, I thought Andy won. I think the sixth was the round where it really started to get bad, because actually the fourth round, nothing really happened. The fifth round, I thought Joshua actually got back to the jab. Sorry. Oh, I know. I remember the third round. No, because I'm talking about the sixth round. I think we won't be forgetting the third round. But the sixth round was actually, after the fifth round, I thought Joshua won the fifth round. I thought, okay. And then the sixth round, he really looked like he started to tire. So, I don't know. I mean,
I didn't want to leave it to the judges.
Even? For me,
I did not want to leave it to the judges for this fight. I knew if it would have came out a decision, I don't think I would have got the victory. So I think I had to fight hard, let everything out, you know, in that ring. And what do you know, we got the victory.
Eddie, just at the back here.
Sorry.
Hello.
Deck, yeah.
Yeah,
I heard you, boss.
in the middle.
Okay.
Do you know what the situation is with the IBF? Is there a danger that Andy might be stripped of that if he takes the rematch?
No, the rematch takes precedence anyway over the belts. But listen, I've already the next mandatory is the WBO, and I've already spoken to Paco Valcazar, who would have no issues with the rematch anyway. And we don't want Andy Ruiz to lose. Anthony don't want to lose one of these belts. So the rematch, every belt will be on the line, but Andy has the chance to defend his titles and go on just in fights with Wilder and Fury. But you know, for us, AJ will want to win his belts back, but he'll want to beat Andy Ruiz. But I believe every one of those belts will be on the line.
What inspirational message do you have for the young people when you're watching you
that everything is possible, man. You believe in God, you focus, you follow your dreams, you never give up. If somebody pulls you down, don't listen. You just keep working, just like how I did, and look it, we just made history. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Andy, everyone would agree that you were a dangerous opponent. Why do you think that you were so underestimated?
I think just the way that I look, you know, the extra flab, the extra flab that I carry. But we've been working on it since when we fought Dimitrenko, and after we got this fight right away, we didn't want to lose as much weight. You know, I wanted to be strong. I even actually gained 5 more pounds just to be actually a little stronger, you know, because Anthony's a big guy. So, but now that I have this time, I just want to get in really good shape and look like a Mexican Anthony.
With this Jason Gonzalez, we are here at Madison Square Garden. Anthony Joshua was just defeated, probably known as the best heavyweight. This was a upset. Tell me
The best heavyweight on the other side of Deontay Wilder. But yes, what happened tonight was historic. Last time I checked, Ruiz was an 11-1 underdog, and he pulled off a major upset. Upsets in boxing happen very few and far in between, but yes, they do happen.
And what happened? I mean.
Joshua touched the canvas 4 times. Looked like he ran out of gas, and he may have quit.
Oh, well, that's a bad word, quit.
Yeah, it definitely is. But, you know, I got to look at the tape again. But it did look like he didn't want any more, and the referee called the bout to a halt.
And basically, the bottom line is this was not expected. This was not the outcome that we all thought was going to happen, or at least I or most of the public.
Well, I mean, you had a bunch of Brits that traveled across the pond to come here. They wanted to see the precursor to a fight with Deontay Wilder. I don't think I'm alone when I say that we all wanted to see that. And credit to Andy Ruiz, he put that to rest.
Well, here we are at Madison Square Garden, and, well, that's the way it goes.
That's the way the cookie crumbles from time to time.
Thank you, James.
Thank you.